Imagine you are playing a video game, but you don't know the rules, the score is hidden, and if you lose, you become homeless. Welcome to adulthood. Welcome to the credit score matrix. In the modern world, your entire financial life is dictated by a random three-digit number. Got a 500? You're a ghost. 600? You pay double for everything. 800? You get VIP access to the economy. We are taught that this number measures how responsible you are. If you're a good person who saves money and pays in cash, you should have a perfect score, right? Wrong. If you have zero debt, pay in cash, and never borrow a dime, the system doesn't reward you. It punishes you. You literally have no credit score. You are invisible to the banks. To prove you are good with money, you're forced to borrow money. You have to go into debt just to prove you can get out of it. Does that sound like a fair system, or does it sound like a casino? Today, we are going diving. We are going to explore the credit score iceberg, from the 1950s invention of the plastic card to the modern-day psychological traps designed to keep you paying interest forever. This is the biggest financial scam of the last 100 years, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to hack their matrix. To understand the trap, you have to see how the world worked before it. Imagine the year 1949. You walk into your local hardware store. You need a hammer, but you don't have cash until Friday. What happens? You don't pull out an app. You don't check a score. You look the owner in the eye, shake his hand, and he writes your name in a paper ledger. That was it. Trust was local. It was human. You were judged by your character, not an algorithm. But then, one dinner in New York changed everything. A businessman named Frank McNamara forgot his wallet at a restaurant. Embarrassed, he invented a solution, a small cardboard card that proved he was good for the money. It was called the Diners Club card. It was meant for elite businessmen to pay for expensive dinners. But the Wall Street banks watched this and drooled. For centuries, banks made slow, boring money by keeping your cash safe. But suddenly, they saw a loophole. What if they could insert themselves into every single transaction you make? What if they could charge you interest not just on a house, but on a pair of shoes, a tank of gas, and a sandwich? The middleman was born, and they were about to sell debt to the entire middle class. Fast forward to 1989, the year the Matrix went online. Two mathematicians, Bill Fair and Earl Isaac, created a formula. It was called the FICO score. Overnight, human trust was deleted. You were no longer a person. You became a barcode, a data set of risk and profitability. Here is the massive lie they sold you. They told you the score measures how financially responsible you are. But let's look under the hood. 30% of your score is based on how much debt you currently have. 15% is based on how long you've been in debt. Think about how insane that is. If you finally pay off your student loan or close an old credit card because you don't want to borrow money anymore, your score drops. The system actively punishes you for becoming debt-free. Why? Because a credit score does not measure your financial health. It measures your profitability to the bank. A person who pays cash makes the bank $0. But a person who carries a $5,000 balance and pays 25% interest every month, that person is a golden goose. The algorithm wasn't built to protect you. It was built to farm you. But how did they convince everyone to play this rigged game? Simple. Marketing. Welcome to the era of good debt and shiny rewards. In the 1990s, banks realized people were still scared of debt, so they changed the word. They didn't sell you a loan, they sold you cash back. They sold you airline miles. They made you feel like you were outsmarting the system. I'm making 2% back on all my purchases, you tell yourself. But here is the brutal math of the casino. Banks gladly throw pennies at you because their data shows the truth. 70% of people will eventually miss a payment, carry a balance, and get hit with a 25% interest rate. You think you are playing the bank, but the bank is playing human psychology. They use a shiny 2% distraction to hide the thousands of dollars they are quietly draining from your future. That heavy metal premium card isn't a VIP pass, it's a tracking device with a compounding interest trapdoor. Welcome to the absolute bottom of the iceberg. This is the deepest, darkest, and most predatory layer of the matrix yet. Corporations realized that Generation Z watched their parents get destroyed by credit cards, so they were scared of traditional debt. The banks had a problem. They needed a new way to farm them. So the algorithms mutated. They invented a brand new drug, a pretty pink aesthetic drug called Buy Now, Pay Later. Klarna, Affirm, Afterpay, it's everywhere. They are the official sponsors of the TikTok For You page. They didn't target your house or car, they targeted your impulse. They took poverty and they gamified it. Look at the psychology. Your brain doesn't see a $100 pair of aesthetic sneakers. It sees 4 payments of only $25. That removes all friction. Your brain says yes 3 times faster. The algorithm doesn't care if you don't have $100. It just wants you to click. And if you miss just one small payment, the interest rates are often hidden, subprime, and predatory. They won't help you build your FICO score, but they will gladly send you to collections and ruin it. It's the same old subprime loan scam from 2008, just repackaged into a cute pink shopping app. So, how do you beat a casino that is rigged against you? You don't play their game. You play yours. Here is the ultimate hack to the credit score matrix. Step 1. You never, ever carry a balance. You must treat your credit card exactly like a debit card. If you don't have the cash in your checking account today, you do not swipe the plastic. Step 2. Turn on auto pay for the full statement balance. Not the minimum payment, the full balance. When you do this, you get the 2% cash back, you get the airline miles, and you pay the bank exactly $0 in interest. You become the bank's worst nightmare, a deadbeat customer who takes their rewards but gives them zero profit. But here is the most important step. Stop obsessing over your credit score. A credit score just measures how much debt you can handle. You need to obsess over your net worth. Net worth is what you actually own. Assets, investments, cash. Wealthy people don't brag about their FICO score, they brag about their assets. The system wants you focused on renting your life through monthly payments, but true freedom is owning it. If you want to break out of the matrix, build real wealth, and never get trapped by the banking system again, your first step is right below this video. Cancel your toxic financial habits and click the subscribe button on this channel. It is the best investment you will make today, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Welcome to the winning side. Own your future, don't rent it.